brief introduction. So Chandrayaan-3 is scheduled to launch at 2:35 p.m. tomorrow from Sriharikota spaceport. Chandrayaan Yeah. Hello, everyone. Uh, this is a proud moment for all Indians as tomorrow ISRO is planning to launch Chandrayaan-3 mission. So what I will do today is that I will try to discuss the whole mission in brief, and the standard of the discussion will be uh, of our students. So school and college students and common people can understand it. So, and if you have any questions, you can write down them in the chat section, and towards the end of the session, I will try to answer them. So, at the beginning, a brief introduction. So, Chandrayaan-3 mission is scheduled to launch tomorrow at 2:35 p.m. from Sriharikota spaceport. The mission is a follow-on mission to Chandrayaan-2 to demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing and roving on the lunar surface. The same rocket, that's the Fat Boy, which the technical name is GSLV Mk3, will be used for the launch of the Chandrayaan-3. The same rocket was used for the Chandrayaan-2 also, but this is the improved version of the earlier rocket. And if you are interested to see the launch in live, you may keep an eye on ISRO website. Before the launch, ISRO will provide link from where you can see the live telecast of the launch. So, at the beginning, let us discuss in brief what is the need for another mission. We know that in 1969, Neil Armstrong uh, put his footstep on moon, and after that, between 1969 and 72, there was six moon mission where people actually reached moon, and after 72, there was no manned moon mission. And but there was many non-manned moon missions till 1979, and after that there was a big gap after 1979 to 2012 where no manned or uh, unmanned moon missions was there. So the questions comes that if people has already reached moon in 1969, then why other lunar mission? The answer is pretty simple. It matches the goal of ISRO and our vibrant India. So the Chandrayaan-3 mission is the part of India's and ISRO's ambition to go outside our planet. So this is since our moon is the nearest object we have where one can land. So this is a testing bed where one can test many things, and this is just a first step. If we can do soft landing in moon, then it will be a huge technology demonstration and maybe the first step for many future missions towards other planets and even far away. Uh, so, the success of Chandrayaan-3 is very important for the future of our space studies. So, here is the objective of Chandrayaan-3 as uh, as mentioned by ISRO itself. So we have three main objectives. First one is to demonstrate capability of safe and soft landing on lunar surface. The second one is to demonstrate the capability of rover on the moon, and the third one is to conduct some scientific experiment on the moon. So here you can see that the main emphasis is to show that we can reach moon, we can land moon, and we can even roam around moon, and we have the capability to do that. So this is a important step if we can reach there. So now I will discuss briefly what will happen after the launch. So just over 16 minutes into its flight, the rocket will eject the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft at an altitude about 180 kilometers from the ground. Thus, after that, the spacecraft would orbit the Earth for about 5-6 times in an elliptical cycle with 170 kilometer closest and 36,000 kilometer farthest from the Earth, moving towards the lunar orbit. So you can see that from the picture, you can see that slowly we will go far and far towards the lunar orbit, and then we'll have a long journey. So the journey will be more than a month. The long journey will take about a month, little more than a month. So and then this long journey will end about 100 km above the lunar surface, and then it will start orbiting the moon. And from the at the beginning it will have the larger orbit, and then it will go close and close, and we are expecting that the orbit will land on moon on 23rd or 24th of August. And the mission has mainly three modules. The first one is the propulsion module. The second one is the rover module, and the third one is the lander module. So let's discuss them one by one. So the propulsion module is mainly responsible for the for taking the whole system towards the moon. So the propulsion module will have all the instruments necessary to take the whole mission to near the moon, and this module will have one extra instrument which is extra from the Chandrayaan-2 mission, which is the SAPE. The name of the instrument is SAPE, which is the spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth. So the main goal of this instrument is to study Earth. So while the Chandrayaan-3 will go towards Moon, it will there will be one instrument which will actually look towards Earth, and it will study how habitable our Earth is. So while we are actually going towards Moon, we are not only study Moon, we are also study Earth. So it's a exciting thing, and this is the additional instrument, uh, which uh, which is the special for the Chandrayaan-3, which was not there in Chandrayaan-2. And here in the lander payload, we will have four instruments, which is listed here. The first one will be chest tape, which will be used to measure the thermal conductivity and temperature in the lunar surface. The second one is the name is ILSA, so it will measure the seismic activity in moon. So you will be happy to know that like Earth, moon and other planets also have seismic activity, and for moon the seismic activity is much more in comparable to Earth. So the ILSA will measure those seismic activity, and there will be one Langmuir probe which will estimate the plasma density and its variation, how the plasma is varying. And the fourth instrument is from NASA, so it's a part of India-American collaboration. So it will accommodate for lunar laser ranging studies. And for this Chandrayaan trip, we have given a special emphasis on rover payload. So rover payload will consist of two instruments. So first one is the APXS, which is the alpha particle X-ray spectrometer. It will analyze lunar soil and rocks for the elemental composition. So, and the second one will be LIPS, laser induced breakdown spectroscope. So it will study the composition in the vicinity of the landing site. So these two instruments will be used to study the rocks and dust near the landing site, its composition and everything else. So here is few more detail about the mission. So once it's soft landed, the missile will be active for 1 lunar days. 1 lunar days means 14 Earth days. So for us, we will get data for 14 days, which is equivalent to 1 lunar day. The weight of the mission will be about 4,000 kg, which is about 2,000 kg, 200 kg extra than Chandrayaan 2. So this will be much more heavy than Chandrayaan 2 mission. Now here about something about the landing slide, landing the where the mission is going to land. So the Chandrayaan 2 mission landed close to the south pole of the moon, and probably you know that it discovered the water molecule in the south pole. Probably you know that the lunar south pole is most of the it's a dark all the time, and that's why the it's remains cold all the time, so it has more probability to have ice or water vapor in it. And lunar north pole is always uh, towards the sun, so it is hot, and there's a chance of having water vapor in the north pole is much less. So everyone is trying to land in south pole if you looking for water. So the earlier Chandrayaan 2 mission detected water. So the present one was also firstly planned to land near the South Pole, but later ISRO decided to land it little far from the South Pole, because in a South Pole there's a no light. So the landing instruments will have problems without the sun, without any light. So that's why they decided to land it around 20 degrees far from the South Pole, but it will be still close to the South Pole, and there will be still chance to detect water molecule from here. So what's new in Chandrayaan 3? So we all know that in 2019 there was Chandrayaan 2 mission, which uh, had some problem in landing. So this Chandrayaan 3 mission, this is the natural, uh, the next generation mission from Chandrayaan 2. So it has many of the parts same as Chandrayaan 2, but it's the upgraded version of Chandrayaan 3. So ISRO learned from what was the mistake of Chandrayaan 2, and they tried to upgrade it. So first thing they did is that they put enormous emphasis so that it can successfully land it, successfully make a soft landing. So most of the upgradation is towards that, to achieve that goal, that it's land softly on moon surface. So what they did, I have listed four main things what they did to achieve that. So they made stronger legs. Uh, so earlier, the legs was strong enough to, so that even you have 2 meter per second velocity, 2 meter per second velocity, the instrument will have no problem. And this 2 meter per second velocity is, it's a huge velocity, and usually it's sufficient for landing in most of the surface. But for moon this time, what they did is that they make the leg even stronger, so now we can withstand 3 meter per second velocity. If so, so even the landing is not that soft, the instrument can withstand that. So now we have more strong legs. and now we have more fuel, and the sensor is new. So how it will help? So it will help the rover. So after the landing, the rover will have uh, more fuel, so that even if you have some problems, it can even then it can go and reach its destination and come back. And its sensor is also much better, so that it's the 3D mapping while it's roaming around moon. uh, they will use the latest laser technology for the 3D mapping, so that the controlling of the rover will be much better. And this time we are having we are removing the central engine, and we are having the much better engine and much better software. The last time the problem with the failure of the landing was the engine. So all the engine didn't start it simultaneously. So that's why it's just toppled down. So this time we learned from that, and we made our engine much stable, and we actually removed one engine which had a problem. So this time we are better prepared, and total software is also uh, totally upgraded. And this time we have totally new kind of solar panels and antennas. So this time the solar panels is fitted in the mission, so that even if it's not make a soft landing, so that if if it makes it's upside down or it landed sideways, so even then the solar panel will work. So there will be solar panel in other side of the mission also. So now we are better prepared. So I just tried to summarize what uh, we are having with Chandrayaan-3 mission. So if you have any questions, you can write down. And Manoj, if you have some questions, you may please ask.
So, am I audible?
Yeah, you are perfectly audible.
Thanks for the wonderful presentation for the upcoming mission of Chandran. So, I have just one queries about the how the landing is going on, because the soft landing is very difficult and challenging, as you mentioned, and the software and the structure of the lander is improved in very much from our experience. So, what do you think about the uh, success rate of the soft landing? So, what do your opinion on that part?
Okay, so let's hope for the best. So what I can tell is that we are now better prepared, but there's a but in that. We need to understand that it's a very complicated and difficult mission. So for even for the advanced countries like USA, NASA, so NASA make successful landing on moon, though there's a question mark, I'm not going to that. So on their 11th try, so Apollo 11 made landing on moon. So it's not a simple thing, and we are just doing our second try to make a land. So I am hopeful. I hope that it will land softly, and ISRO is taking all the precautions, and they have made much of the advancement, and they have tested a lot. So the time between 19 and 23, so this few years, most of the time they spend it doing testing. So this is the basically the same mission like Chandrayaan-2 with much advanced technologies, and this addition of the technology is mainly aimed to avoid another landing. So I'm hopeful, but we need to understand that this is just the second time we are planning to land anywhere outside Earth. And just to learn from history, the big nations like America, Russia, China, European Union, they tried many times, that more than 10 times before making a successful landing. So it's not easy, but I'm surely hopeful.
Yeah,
So
thanks. So let's hope for a successful landing, and
yeah,
I hope we can cheer after a successful landing.
yeah,
So
certainly will.
let's hope for the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
So if there's no more questions, probably I'll stop here. Thank you everyone for listening. Did you make me offline now?